Hello everybody, welcome back to some StarCraft 2. It's been a long while since you've seen me, and it's also been a long while since we've seen Bly. He's facing off versus MaNa in the he's in the group stage of the ESL Winter 2023 online, basically qualifiers for the ESL Winter 2023 offline stage, but we are playing online. And we are playing the group stage to get into the playoffs of this online section, only the Europe section. I hope I explained that well enough for you. And it's been a while since we've seen Bly play. I think that's because of the Ukraine-Russia situation. And, well, that's rather unfortunate for everybody in the world. But sadly, that also meant we didn't get a lot of Bly games. Now, if there's one thing I love to see in StarCraft, it is when a player is so good at the game, he understands it so well, that he's able to pull off, like, crazy stuff where you're like, oh, that's how the game works? Now, I love watching that, but that's not why we watch Bly. We watch Bly for the clownery that he brings almost every game. And starting off rather roughly with a misplaced natural at the third base here. Happy to see MaNa get that pro-blocking meta going. Other side of the map, MaNa playing fairly standard here. Prioritizing gas a little bit here, so expecting to see a Stargate here. Damn, that's pretty well timed out. And there's the Stargate. Adept being chrono boosted out to go across the map here. Probe still scouting about. And these two Lings will make short work of this probe. And Bly puts down a pretty darn fast third base. Actually shows it to MaNa. He does have speed. Still one drone in gas here. One queen, two queen, and queen actually putting down a forward tumor. Now, most Zergs will put it back here to kind of connect their bases, but Bly is putting it forward here, so he might want to use this creep for a future roach push, or maybe even involve his queens to attack a third or a fourth. That is possible. If you have such a forward third, he's using that to the max. One queen does die here to the Adept. That's 2 kills on this Adept already. I think it was just 2 Lings dying. Yes, 3 Lings have already died. Oh! And, ooh, Sporecrawler does not finish. He didn't actually place it where the drone was, but 1 hex to the left. Speed is now finishing up, though, so these Adepts have to get back. 4 more Lings are on the map, and 6 more over here, so that's 10 Lings on the map. And these Lings are about to run in. MaNa does see it, but he doesn't react quick enough with a pylon in the wall or something. 2 probes do go down. And the Stargate is scouted. Like you already kind of suspected in this match, but it has been confirmed. Oracle did fly across the map. Now going to zap those larvae. And there's 2 queens in the main. 1 drone does get sniped, 2 drones, and it stays at 2 drones. Wow, 4 probes have gone down in total now. That's a total of 5 probes this game. 6 probes this game. Oh, the Adept dies as well? Damn. Bly just gets in with these speed links, and he even made more. Now pressuring the third base. You usually don't really see this happen. Damn, MaNa not as clean as he would like to be. And that 1 Ling in the back. Nice targeting by MaNa. Is this a wall? The Oracle does come back here. And the Adept actually dies. This is a full wall. These Lings just being annoying. Wanting to get these Oracles to spend their energy zapping him. And then they run away. New Adept is plugged up. Or is plugging up the hole in that wall. And now the Oracle just starts zapping away at the Zerglings, and the Zerglings just run away. Let's look at Bly's base here. He's only at 40 workers, just spamming the Zergling key. He's that one annoying Zerg on the ladder where you're like, what is happening here? Why is he playing so gosh darn risky? And that's a lot of Zerglings killing that 1 Adept again, and oh... Can't quite get to that at Adept. 3 oracles now here, but 2 of them barely have any energy. This Adept is nicely tucked in between the pylon and the Nexus, so it's pretty hard to get something done here. Oh my god, actually just committing onto this Cyber Core. And here are the Queens, kind of predicted by this forward creep tumor, but what is going to happen here? Cyber Core does go down. It's not been remade just yet. Charge starts up. We do have a nuclear battery, and this is 4 Queens. Does Bly remember that you can't transfuse? These Queens are just, well, dead. Because Zealots are really good at killing Queens. And he can't really protect him. He threw away all of his links into the main. And now, oh, that's a lot of Queens just kind of donated. 2 MaNa here. 12 drones have been fired up. But MaNa's worker count actually surprisingly low. So Bly has been really messing with MaNa's head here. Nice Artosis pylon as well. Cybercore has been rebuilt. That's pretty late. So all that MaNa can build is Stargate units and Zealots right now. Creep is looking pretty decent for Bly here. And a 4th base has been thrown down. 2 Adepts shade in. And they do get the creep tumor. And they start clearing more of those. Nice revelation used by MaNa. And here come the Zealots. So, waiting till he removes that vision for Bly. Now, Bly knows it at the last possible moment. Places down a couple Evo chambers here for some Sim City. That's a lot of charged Zealots. That's a lot of Queens. Bly has been actively remaking those, making the roaches now. So if he can prevent this engagement as long as possible, he should be fine. Nice choking up here with the Queen, with the roaches. These Zealots can't quite get stuff done. Roaches getting targeted down here by the Oracles. And look at these Zealot. They don't know what to target. Sporecrawler doing its work. 4 drones go down. That's not enough damage from MaNa here. And I think Bly is holding on here, making a singular swarm host. Love that. Usually cited as a mistake, but I think it's just, you know, it's for style points. You definitely win style points with me. Roach speed is about to finish up, and we see a lot of roaches now on the map. 14, 18 roaches. And what is stopping Bly from just moving across the map? Where's that swarm host? There you are, little buddy. I want to see what happens with that boy. That means there's an infestation pit on the map. He was probably planning on going Roach Swarm Host then. Or just really fast Hive? Maybe Viper? Like, Roach Viper is a cool comp. You can do some shenaniganry with that. This is a lot of roaches. We got a bunch of Ravagers here. Look at this Swarm Host. He's got to do it. He's got to do some damage. And here come the 2 Locust Harass. Look at its glory. I hope it gets something done. And it actually lands onto the gateway. Harms a couple probes here. Gets a probe kill. Gets 3 probe kills. Insane. No gas mining anymore for MaNa. If he doesn't notice, that might actually impact his economy significantly. Like, you have these 3 bases to have these 6 gases, and if you don't repopulate this gas, you're actually going to be low on gas. Not a problem right now, but if he wants to invest into, say, Archons, he really wants to have more gas, and there he goes. Does repopulate that gas, or resaturate. Looking at the upgrades, we do see 1-1 here. On both sides, +1 attack is done, and Bly is moving in with this Roach Ravager Link Force. Trying to force himself onto this Immortal, focuses it down. Nuclear Battery does its best to keep it alive, doesn't actually manage to do so. A lot of biles landing on that shield battery. Could have just clicked it down, but it's dead for sure. And the Roach Ravager is on top of the 3rd base. Queens are walking in again, just to make sure that these Oracles can't get no value. And the probes are pulled off the line, and they probably have to start fisticuffs Like, they have to fight here, and the probes do go down. Lots of probes dying. 20 plus probes dead. This was the Home Story Cup. You would have to take a sip right now, but this is not the Home Story Cup anymore. This is the regular good old ESL. Damn, Queen's still working on that Nexus. These Queens are kind of a nice anchor for this push. If there were, like, a Void Ray and 3 Oracles here, all of these units had to run away, but no. 3 Queens is all you need. Now, we do have 2 Disruptors, and we already saw a nice hit going onto those Ravagers. Ooh, Blight did try to take it down and focus it down. Does get 2 more hits onto the Ravagers, and here come the Swarm Hosts. Yes! Swarm Hosts are pretty good against Disruptors. If there isn't a lot of, like, Stalkers or Archons, especially Archons, then you can target down these Disruptors with the Locust Waves. You can actually just click them onto the Disruptors. They'll land onto the Disruptors and surround them instantly and just kill them. Oh my god! Oh! Oh, Bly. Oh no, he moved off a creep and was instantly punished with a giant Disruptor hit. MaNa hanging in there. Look at the supply, but the supply is slightly deceiving here. Because Roaches, Swarm Hosts, and Ravagers take up a lot of supply. Like, not just a lot, like a lot. And here comes another Disruptor Ball. Takes down a singular Roach. And here come the Locust. Going to swoop in onto that freshly built third base. Probably going to be canceling it. Could have maybe looked for a hit onto the Disruptors. Disruptors used against Locust. You don't see that every day. Do get the cancellation on the third base. And we do see 2 Stalkers falling against those free Locust. Although the cooldown is quite long. Sadly, no 1 Swarm Host hit squad at the main base here. Oh my god, focus it down. Oh my god, doesn't focus down the Disruptors fast enough, and that's a lot of Roaches dying. Does kill 3 Disruptors, though. And MaNa is broke as a joke right now, mining off of 1.5 bases. And that main base is going to mine out rather soon. And MaNa knows it, and he goes for the jugular. He knows these Swarmos barely have any Locusts left, and I just have to go kill him. I have Blink Stalkers. Those are pretty efficient. If I can use that Blink Micro to keep them alive as long as possible and run away from these Locusts. So MaNa trying to get something done here. And oh, that's so demoralizing. Finding that 4th base of Bly, it's already mining. Like, yikes. You know you're in dire shape as MaNa. You have to take this fight and somehow come out ahead. But his comeback mechanic in the Disruptors was already taken down. Even though it was very costly for Bly, he can just keep producing units. He's at 60 drones, and those Zergs are the most dangerous. The 60 Zerg drones. And another load of Queens donated to the Protoss race for ire, but from the Zerg side. And there is no third base for MaNa. This is completely all in. More drones going to a new 4th base. Used to be 5th base. And just making a lot of Stalkers. He has 1 Disruptor, 2nd one coming out of the base, but I don't know if that will be soon enough. And here's that 1 Disruptor, does get picked up. And now he tries to get it down. Oh, and it gets focused down by the Lynx and the Roaches. If that went off, that might have been enough for MaNa, but this is not a lot of Stalkers anymore. And that is a lot of gosh darn Ravagers. Holy shit. I guess Bly just still has 15 larvae. He's kind of styling on him. That's 19 Ravagers. Get out of my game. That is a lot of Ravagers. Holy shit. 26 Lings underway. 4th base does get taken down. MaNa somehow in this game. There's no 3rd base, though. Locusts are there to check on it. Look at this creep highway. We kind of predicted this creep highway from that first creep tumor in the game. That already kind of signaled that he's gonna make a highway. He's gonna rally some units across the map towards your base. And that is what happened. And it was continuous assault of Queens, Roaches, well now it's Ravagers, Swarm Hosts, and Zerglings. the more low-tax, scrappy side of the Zerg army, you could say. And here come the Locust. Go try and kill a cannon. I mean, Bly should just win this game. MaNa doesn't have money. His main base is mined out. His natural is mining out. There's Locust killing his probes. And now there's Zerglings on top of his army. He already blinked back. Now he gets blink again. But now he gets surrounded again. Like, what do you do? Nice biles onto the War Prism. Oh, actually misses the War Prism. Does get a fungal on the army, and somehow MaNa persists. But I don't see how Bly can lose this. He has so much money. Nice fungal on the charge, or on the blink stalkers there. And this is still 2 disruptors trying to get amazing hits. And MaNa has the combat composition, but he also has no mining bases. He can barely produce anything. He has 1,300 gas in the bank, but nothing's happening on the production side. So he needs to win right here, right now. And Bly can just produce more units. And here come the Locust. And what do? You blink away and you run away. A lot of Blink Stalker micro. I think MaNa's heartbeat is probably up in the 130s, 140s, just going crazy with the micro. Because all he can do is keep his disruptor forces alive and try to get these giant hits. Oh my god, double disruptor hits. That was pretty nice. Now we still have a decent amount of stalkers here, but they just blinked. And somehow, Bly is not overwhelming here. He once had 19 Ravagers. Those have all perished. And these disruptors have been really instrumental in this, well, potential comeback. You see 13 kills and 4 on the other one. All these stalkers are super red, and Bly still at the 160 supply. Still got these swarm hosts gaining value, and swarm hosts are really good when your opponent doesn't have money. Look at these +1 Locusts just destroying these stalkers because they're so low HP. Long distance mining here from MaNa because he just needs money. And MaNa actually fighting into the Locust now because he wants that mining. Oh, and look at Bly's army. It looks so ginormous compared to this Stalker hit squad from MaNa. Tries to get another nice Purification Nova. And Bly's just reinforcing with Lings now. This is 12 Stalkers in a dream, but MaNa just woke up from this nightmare, and GG's out. Bly takes the first game. And just like that, Bly takes the first game with a nice scrappy one, which is what we expect of Bly. We did see MaNa do Pylon into Scout, so Bly can potentially actually take that natural, but he decides to take a 17 drone. Oh, and actually mines out the back of this. Oh, this is the one with the gold base, Alcyone. Alcyone? Alcyone? Al Capone? I don't know, dude. He goes for the gold base. Let's go. What a map. Lovely to see this coming out. MaNa doing stock standard stuff here, but also looking around. He's like, wait a minute. You mind that out. I know what's happening here. He checks it out. He sees the third base. So he knows exactly what's going on, and Bly sees the probe coming from that direction, so Bly probably also knows that MaNa knows what's going on. Let's see what Bly likes to do with this. We see 6 gold patches, so opposed to 8 patches from a blue base, and here comes a Maynarding of the workers. That is 9 workers going ahead and going over to that gold base. We do see Bly mining gas here, probably going to go into speed, but he might throw down an immediate Roach Warren as soon as this probe leaves. Look at the timing on this. Bly has done that before. Immediately starts mining from the gold base, so his base is earlier, and already up and mining with gold minerals. Of course, you lose a little bit of mining time when those workers go ahead, and that's when you're at your most vulnerable. This adept is being chrono boosted out. We do see speed here, and only one worker left in gas, so going to stay on Zerglings for the time being. Let's see what Bly does here. This is an awkward map to wall, apparently. We do have Adept grabbing this Xel'Naga in the middle of the map, actually. You don't see that a lot anymore. Usually, Xel'Nagas are now reserved for edges of the map because they do give a lot or a pretty big advantage to the person having that center map control. And 4 slowlings just march on into the base of MaNa once again, and actually turning down the pylon. He might get something done here. Turns around and attacks the probes again. These 2 adepts have had enough. They're here to do some counter damage. No probes have fallen so far. And here's the 2 adepts in the main base of Bly. And speed is not done yet. 4 drones already dead. 5th drone does go down, and now he's fighting the Zerglings. MaNa did manage to clean up the Zerglings in his natural main base, but not before losing 4 probes to it. 6 drones do go down, so both players have been bloodied. Punches landing on both sides, and Bly actually cleans up these rocks to more properly connect his bases. 3rd base at his natural position for Bly now. And what will he do? What will MaNa do? I don't see a tech building yet. Never mind, there's a Stargate, and it's starting a Void Ray after already having completed 2 Oracles. But those haven't reached a Bly base just yet. We do see a Roach Warren underway now. And MaNa's very much ahead in the worker count, but Bly does have that gold base. So he can catch up in that worker count pretty fast. Now we do see these Oracles. Nice drive by, nice control by MaNa here. Ooh, doesn't lose the Oracle. Nice targeting by Bly with the Oracle, with the Spore and the Queen, targeting the same Oracle there. Sometimes you see the Queen and the Spore target different Oracles, and that's kind of a yikers moment. I'm pretty sure that's what the pros call it. And that's quite a few drones lost. That's 11 drones lost this game. So luckily for Bly, he has that gold base going. And he made a bunch of Zerglings. So MaNa actually sitting scared in his base. No 3rd base at 520. Hot damn, MaNa. He's just sitting chill and pretty. We do see that Twilight Forge combination coming out. 2 Oracles on the prowl, trying to get a couple more drone kills. Might want to pull back that Oracle before you go in, so the other one tanks. And the Zerglings here prevent these units from moving out, prevent that probe from trying to take a 3rd base, but this Void Ray will slowly but surely kill those Lings. Damn, Bly, what do you want to do this game? He does get a lair. We see a Roach Warren, and now 6 Roaches come out, so probably going to be Roach speed. Might throw down an Evo Chamber at some point, and now the 3rd base for MaNa goes down at 6 minutes. That's a late 3rd if I've ever seen one. We do see a Robo going down at the natural, and the Lynx just click it down? Nah, there's enough Zealots, and the Oracles turn on their beams. Both of them, actually. So even though Bly's losing some Zerglings here, he's making sure that there's no offensive potential for MaNa right now, and he fires up 8 more drones to abuse that fact. 4th base is being thrown down. Bly kind of knows what's up, but look at the worker count. He caught up, and he has a gold base. So for the time that gold base is still up, I would say that he's sitting pretty and he's ahead. This 3rd base still not done. Bly taking a couple trades here at the 3rd base. Even a cannon here by MaNa. Look at the creep by Bly. Just kind of keeping center control with this creep and the Xel'Naga tower. So if MaNa wants to attack, he kind of has to go around here. But the Lings are positioned there to spot it, so nice play here coming out by Bly. We do see a War Prism that Bly could have seen. I don't know if he actually saw it, because these links just kind of passed by, but he definitely sees it now. Coming into vision, we do see 18 links, 6 Ravagers being produced with more links underway. We do see 2 hatcheries underway, so macro hatch. We see +1 melee. We see another infestation pit. This man is the man of my dreams, just making swarm hosts when he wants, not when he needs to. And wow, Bly just runs in onto creep. He's like, what are you doing here? I've got a lot of units and you're on my creep. Which is not allowed. And there come the 6 swarm hosts. Let's effing go, Bly. I was already a fan, but if I wasn't, I would be a lot more of a fan right now. Can you actually move through here? We used to have a map where you could, like, move through destructible rocks like this with only, like, workers and zerglings or some shit. Cannon does get biled down. Proper amount of biles this time. A lot of links here, but they kind of got stuck behind the Ravagers, though. So, bit of an awkward fight. Nice hits on the Void Ray, but it doesn't matter because they do die. He blunks onto the Ravagers and targets them down pretty nicely. And the Oracle's getting a lot of value here. Nice fight by MaNa. He did lose quite a bit of Stalkers there because the Stalkers blinked onto... Well, they basically surrounded themselves by blinking into the Zerglings. And here are the Swarmos. Nice catch by MaNa. This is like the most important throw of the Swarmos. You'll hear everybody say it, and it's kind of true. The first launch of the Locust needs to get something done. That sets the tempo for the entire Swarm Host game. And this is a nice landing, nice hold position on those Swarmos. That's how you want to do it. You want to swoop in, shift, hold position them in the mineral line, and then they will immediately shred all of the probes. 8 probes do go down. Look at the worker count for Bly. And we do see some sweet action here with this War Prism, but it's basically just donating 4 Zealots for not a lot. Stalker's trying to kill some Overlords at 10 minutes. I don't know if that's too good. Here's another Swarmos just saying hi. Does get sniped right away. We see 5 Swarmos walking here, 3 Swarmos over there. You know, that's just how we play StarCraft now. And here come the Locust again. Yes, nice play. Swoop, hold position. That's what you want to see. Too bad the nuclear battery is good shit. Could have maybe done it next to the pylon or further back or over here so that they target more probes. But, you know, pretty good control of the Swarmos, I must say. Oh my god, no, they get found by this one Void Ray. So value. Void Rays are really good against people that like to build Swarm Hosts like this. Like, what is the... We need those race car Swarmos back from, I think, the Legacy of the Void Beta? They were so fast, dude. They were so fast. We need those back. We need those effers back. Like, they already have such a long cooldown. Just make them a little faster. Just make them a little faster. You can still catch him anyway. Like, come on. Lings and Roaches here in the third base, but MaNa has a really big force. His army supply is pretty high, and most of it, or a bunch of Bly's army, is in Swarm Hosts, so actually MaNa's army is massive here compared to Bly's, and he has +2 finishing up. MaNa's doing the good stuff. Just, oh my god, Bly catches all of the Oracles with the Mutas, but now does refuel the Muta switch. This is 12 Mutas trying to fly into the main base of Bly, and Bly immediately does recall a couple Stalkers here. Do we have any more Swarm Hosts? We do see 2 more Swarm Hosts. Luckily, there is some Swarm Hosts on the 4th base here. Maybe they can get a cancellation. And they actually burrow. No way. Burrowed Swarm Host. Can you believe it? I feel like burrowed Swarm Host should have a lower cooldown. Just because they're kind of more vulnerable in a way. Just give them something, you know. Where are those Mutalisks? I haven't seen a lot of probes die just yet. 26 over the course of the game, though. And here come the Mutas actually targeting down that Void Ray. Nice play. And Bly kind of running back here, taking a big army lead. Zerglings really shredding these Stalkers this game. Every time these Stalkers blink out of position, Bly just punishes it really heavily. And those burrowed swarm hosts, mamma mia, those are going on the thumbnail. That shit's cool. War Prism here, kind of doing, you know, some scouting. Couple mutas flying around, and Hive actually being completed here. Bly taking this 5th base in the back. Completely mined out the gold base already. Before MaNa could even mine out his main base. That's how fast Bly had that gold base. This is a pretty good Bly map. You have some cojones picking this map into Bly. Not gonna lie. And here come... Yes, the burrowed swarmos doing work. Kill 2 probes, kill a pylon. Stop the rest of the probes from mining. Getting some shield damage on the Nexus. Distracting MaNa. Dude, actually getting hull damage. Crazy. Still have 12 mutas here just flying around. And here come the Observer. No! The Observer's gonna show the swarm host. No! No. Oh my god, more Zerglings got into the natural, killed a bunch more probes, and we had Zerglings burrowed here at the natural. Bly, you're crazy. Actually targets down that's... I would have never targeted down that Archon. Dude, +1. Zerglings are crazy, and they're about to get +2 in Crackling upgrade. Adrenal Glands is actually a sick upgrade. It's crazy. Oh, another Archon does get targeted down. Nice play by Bly here. Mutas are attempting to do a nice flyby into the main of MaNa again. But look at MaNa's force. That's a lot of Stalkers, but Bly is maxed. 23 Banes coming up. And that's a big recall. But this is kind of a Dota moment where you're like, I know half your team is TPing back to base, but the other side's still out on the map. Bly should be engaging right now. He's not doing it, though. We still see a couple links burrowed there. Mutas target down the cannon and a bunch more probes. Only 42 probes here. And Bly's maxed out. And MaNa GG's out before the final fight. He has been thoroughly outplayed by the Master. Welcome back, Bly. And we'll be following Bly throughout all of his games in the Europe Regionals. Because I just want to cast every Bly game that I can get my hands on. Guys, if you want to see any game from the Europe Regionals, Asia Regionals, or AM Regionals, please do let me know in the comments down below. It's like 500 plus games, and I don't know how to parse them. I don't know how to choose which I'm going to show. And of course, I don't want to watch all of them to like spoil myself. So, I don't know. I'll take any suggestions right now. I do know we're going to watch Firefly Oliveira at some point. A Laser Hero Marine was pretty good. And we're going to watch all of the Bly games because it's Bly. Guys, thank you for watching. It's been a while because there were no new replays out on the market. And I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one. Be sure to like and subscribe. Cheers.